What's going on there, YouTube, and welcome back to another comic book video. Alright guys, so we are finally going to cover the Phoenix Saga. We are continuing our X-Men reading order. Now guys, real quick, when it comes to the Phoenix Saga, I think people think that it's going to be some crazy, amazing, epic story, like she comes out and she just completely a badass and nobody can stop her. No. The Phoenix Saga is more of a, hey, this is her realizing that she has godly powers. We are seeing the slow transition of her being Jean Grey into the Phoenix. You'll see what I mean. But basically, I have broken down the Phoenix Saga into like 3 or 4 videos. But basically, today we are covering issue 101 and issue 102. And this will be part 1 of the Phoenix Saga. Now guys, when it comes to issue number 101, it picks up when issue number 100 left off at. Now, you guys have to remember, at the very end of the last video, the last book we covered, issue number 100, we saw the death of Jean Grey. She died. The thing is, guys, remember, she was flying the X-Men through space, through a solar flare to get back home to Earth. Now, the rest of the X-Men were in the back of the shuttle, protected by the space shields from the solar flare. But Jean Grey was not. And she was hoping to use her powers to protect her while she flies the shuttle through space, through the solar flare, to get the X-Men back home to Earth. Now, her powers did protect her in the beginning, but at the very end, her powers gave up. And so 101 picks up where issue number 100 left off at, with Jean Grey just basically dead. Like the shuttle crashed into Earth, into the ocean. The X-Men, they all live. Cyclops, Storm, Colossus, Nightcrawler, Wolverine, Charles Xavier, they all live. But Jean Grey, she died. And so you have the X-Men saying, oh my God, we have just lost another X-Men. First, Thunderbird, and now Jean Grey. We have lost somebody else. Cyclops, he is freaking out because, guys, that was his girl. That was his woman. And so right now, he's upset. First, he lost a teammate, and now he lost the woman he loves. And so right now, he is in denial. But right when it seems like they're going to leave and go back home to cry about Jean Grey pops out of the ocean and yelling out that she is now the Phoenix. And it's kind of like, oh, wait, what? You're who now? You're the Phoenix? Like, girl, hold up. Like, 10 minutes ago, you were just Jean Grey. Now you're the Phoenix? What in the world is going on? Now, with her basically just reappearing as the Phoenix, she passes out. And the X-Men say, okay, we need to get her to a nearby doctor to see what is wrong with her, to take care of her. Because right now, she should be dead. But right now, she's alive. That should not be even possible at all. Now, you do have the X-Men taking Jean Grey to a nearby doctor to see if she is going to be okay. Because in the last few hours, she has been through so much. Matter of fact, she died and came back to life again. And so you have the X-Men saying, okay, it's time to take Jean Grey to a nearby doctor to see if she is going to live. Because she died, she came back to life, and she said her name now is the Phoenix. We need to make sure that she is going to be okay. And so with the X-Men taking her to a nearby doctor, it is now the wait game to see if she's going to get better. Now, this is where I say Chris Claremont is basically building up the love triangle with Cyclops, Wolverine, and Jean Grey. Because Wolverine's all like, you know what? Right now, Jean Grey, she is laying in bed. And basically the doctors are trying to see if she is going to be okay. And you know what? I have a little crush on Jean Grey. Let me buy her some flowers, go visit her, and see how she's doing, and maybe she'll leave Cyclops behind for good old Wolverine. Because the X-Men, they all should be at home at the X-Mansion, and that leaves some alone time for me and Jean Grey. But when he gets there, of course, you have almost every single X-Men member there also waiting to hear the news about Jean Grey. Will she be okay? Will she live? And of course, the doctor comes out and say, yes, she is going to be okay. You guys do not have to worry. She will recover and y'all will see her in a couple hours. And so after the X-Men find out that Jean Grey is going to be okay, that they can go ahead and go back home and relax, Charles says, no, you guys are going on vacation because you guys need it. You guys have been through so much in the past couple hours, matter of fact, the past couple days, that you guys need to go on vacation and just get away. Go away for 2 weeks and come back refreshed. And so he says, I will stay here and so will Cyclops. But the rest of you will go on vacation to just relax, just to get away, to just be refreshed when you come back. Now, you do have Banshee tell Charles that basically he has inherited the Cassidy mansion or whatever, some big major house out in his home country. I forgot where Banshee is from. But anyways, he tells Charles, listen, Charles, you say we have to go on vacation. Well, I just inherited the Cassidy mansion back home in my home country. Let's go ahead and go there for our vacation. And Charles says, good idea. The X-Men, you are going on vacation to Banshee's brand new mansion. So you have the new X-Men minus Cyclops going on vacation to Banshee's brand new mansion. Now, when they get there, it does seem like it's a normal thing. It seems like it's normal. The mansion looks great. It looks beautiful, great in shape. But in a hidden secret lab, you have Black Tom saying he wants to get his revenge against his cousin. And his cousin is Banshee. We are about to have the first Cassidy battle. Black Tom versus Banshee. And Black Tom says, I will get my revenge against my cousin and also get rid of the X-Men. But right now, they have no clue I'm here, hiding in my secret lab, slowly planning to attack them. And the thing is, I also have help from a good friend of mine. And this is where I say, guys, the story gets very interesting. Because basically, you have the X-Men enjoying their vacation. You know, they're enjoying Banshee's brand new mansion. They're all outside or inside having a good time. Now, you do have one of the butlers basically go to Banshee and the rest of the X-Men saying, listen, you guys are going to have a fancy dinner tonight. But you guys must go upstairs, change clothes into fancy clothes, and then come back down for this supposedly fancy dinner. And so the X-Men, they go upstairs, they change clothes, and go back downstairs. Now, when they get downstairs, they get trapped. Like literally, they get trapped. And so it's kind of like, well, crap. Black Tom is not playing around. And Black Tom saying, I'm here to get revenge against you, cousin, and the rest of your X-Men. I am here to take you guys out. Now, this is why I say the story gets interesting. Because, guys, we also see the appearance of the Juggernaut. And the thing is, guys, for the new X-Men, this is the first time they get to fight against the Juggernaut. You know, the old X-Men, Cyclops, Jean Grey, Iceman, Beast, Havoc, Polaris, Angel, they have fought Juggernaut multiple times. But for the new X-Men, they have not yet. This is new territory. And so now they have to fight Banshee's cousin, Black Tom, at the same time, they have to fight the Juggernaut. And so it's kind of like, well, crap. You now have to deal with two different things at once now. What are you guys going to do? Now, this is where I say we watch the X-Men get their butt kicked because they are trying to fight against the Juggernaut. Now, like I said earlier, this is the new X-Men. They have never fought the Juggernaut. Yes, the old X-Men have. They have fought the Juggernaut multiple times. But the new X-Men, they have never seen the Juggernaut. And so this is their first time trying to fight against him. Matter of fact, they are trying to fight him while trapped underground the new Banshee Mansion. And so it's kind of like, what can the X-Men do? You know, they're trapped underneath this building. They have this new villain they never fought before called the Juggernaut. And now you have Banshee fighting his cousin, Black Tom. What can our heroes do? Now, this is where I say Chris Claremont does a great job on making sure there is some form of character development. Because he sits down and says, yes, this is the Phoenix Saga. You'd think I would focus on Jean Grey and the Phoenix, but no. I'm going to focus on almost every single character and slowly build them up. And so in this story right here, we get to see him basically develop Storm, because this is the first time we get to see her claustrophobia, which I really hope I said that correctly. But this is the first time we get to see it. And the thing is, guys, Chris Claremont gives us a nice little brief history over Storm. He says, listen, when she was young, her parents flew back to Africa. The thing was, they were in a war zone. Now, with them being in that war zone, the building they were in got blown up, killing her parents, but left her alive. But she was trapped underneath the building. And that what started her claustrophobia. And so right now, with the X-Men being trapped underneath the Banshee new mansion, being trapped underneath in the basement, where no way out, fighting this man called the Juggernaut, fighting Black Tom, feeling trapped, you have Storm basically panicking. She can't do anything. She can't help her X-Men. Right now, she's in the corner just crying. And so it's kind of like, crap. There goes the X-Men big guns. Because Colossus, he has tried to fight against the Juggernaut and lost. And so it's kind of like Wolverine can't do anything. Banshee is busy with Black Tom. And Nightcrawler, they're going to teleport. What can the X-Men do to beat Juggernaut and Black Tom? Now, to go ahead and wrap this story up, basically you have the X-Men defeated. You know, Storm's in the corner crying because her claustrophobia is really messing her up. You have Colossus, Wolverine, Nightcrawler. They all get their butt kicked by the Juggernaut. You have Banshee fight against his cousin and lost. And so the X-Men have been officially defeated by the Juggernaut and by Black Tom. Now, you do have Storm basically reach out to Charles Xavier to warn him what is going on. Now, this is where I say this is really messed up, but I understand where Scott Summers is coming from. Because basically you have Charles Xavier saying, okay, Storm, I hear you with my mind. I see that you guys are fighting against the Juggernaut. And that right there is a very huge problem. And the X-Men have been defeated. I'm going to go to Scott and tell him to suit up, get on an X-Jet, and fly over to you guys to basically help you guys survive. Now, when Charles goes to Cyclops and tells him, listen, I need you to suit up, fly over there, and help out the new X-Men, Scott says no. They need to learn how to fight new threats without me and you guiding them. Yes, these are the new X-Men. They are just as powerful as the old X-Men. They can handle things on their own, like we had to when we first fought these supervillains. It's time for the new X-Men to learn how to fight. And he says, I am going to basically walk away. I'm going to stay here with the woman I love to make sure she's okay. And that's why I say it is really messed up, but I understand. He's just saying it's time for the new X-Men to be like the old X-Men, to learn how to fight new threats right on the spot. But at the same time, I want to make sure the woman I love, the woman I want to have a future with, survives. And so this leaves us in this video with the X-Men defeated by Juggernaut and Black Tom. But anyways, guys, I'm out of here, and I will see you guys on the next comic book video. But before I go, guys, please leave me a like and subscribe for more comic book videos. Not really daily, more like Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays. But anyways, guys, I'm out of here, and I will see you guys on the next comic book video.